Hey Mio, this is Davian here, and I wanted to put together this short training to share with you some information that was revealed to me some years ago. As you know, I've had some experience in network marketing. I've been around many trainers in the industry, many successful trainers, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so adamant about training. And I wanted to share something with you because I think if you don't already have this information, I think it's going to help to open up your eyes to why it's so important to really understand that every personality is different and why maybe you're getting, you know, some of the things happening with team members and people being intimidated by you. And it really comes down to understanding personality types. So if you already know this, great. If you don't, I think it's going to open up your eyes tremendously to um, what are some of the things that we really need to be sharing with people, and also maybe why some of the things are happening the way they're happening. So anyway, I learned this whole personality colors by a guy by the name of Michael Delohi and Big Al Schreider. It's some of the training that Davina and I have been using, and it's really great. But he talks about the four colors: it's blue, yellows, green, and red. So let me just kind of go through it really quickly. And the yellow personality, which is Davina, she's already identified herself as the yellow personality. They're more open and direct people, and they make up about 35% of the population. Now, yellow personalities, these are their strengths: easy to get along with, natural born nurturers, optimistic, dependable team players. So, people that you meet who are typically in professions such as nursing, teaching, social work, these are going to be yellow personalities. And there's a chart that I had many years ago, man, and it really breaks it down. And I'm trying to find it because it's so great. But if you look at some of the things that their weaknesses, they take things very personal, very oversensitive, not goal oriented, dislikes pushy people. Oftentimes, yellow personalities will be intimidated by our personalities because we're blue, and we tend to be a little bit on the now, become very pushy in terms of get with excitement and enthusiasm, trying to get people to take action now. And sometimes you can create a disconnect with those type of people. And oftentimes they get taken advantage of by others because they're so nice of a people. Okay, so my wife would be one of those type of personalities. Then you have the green personality, and now we've identified Tobias as being one of these personalities. And reason why is that typically green personalities, they work in banking, they're accountants, they're CPAs, they're the bean counters, they're numbers people. You can identify them based on the profession that they're in as well. And they're indirect but self-contained. They make up about 35% of the population. Now check this out: strengths: problem solvers, most organized, great planners, dependable and accurate. Their weakness, though, is very hard to please, paralysis by analysis, perfectionist, naturally pessimistic about everything, inability to make a decision. It's interesting because Divine and I were talking, and one of the things that's been consistent over the years with our friendship with Tobias is that he would always say, "Yeah, great, yeah, great. Sounds like a great plan," but he would very much never make a decision, and it's consistent with the conversation we had, where he has allowed a lot of opportunities to pass him by throughout the years. Green personalities, when you meet them, you typically have to give them a lot of information for them to look at. If you don't, they quickly believe that it's a scam, or there's something you left out. Um, so you have to be very careful with how you present to a green personality. One of the things that I noticed happened at the event was that we had Tobias basically sit down and start the training and all that stuff, and that was great. And I understand why you were doing it, but again, because he's a green personality type, typically they take a long time. You got to give them information, take baby steps with them, and lead them into a process. So maybe the next time, if we identify someone who's a green, maybe we do a next step, which is make a commitment to just kind of talk to the wife instead of talking about no, or just committing him to do the training. Okay, so just give you some examples there. Then you have the blue personality types. Now check this out. You're gonna be blown away when you see this, because this is us. This is me and you right here. Blues are open and direct. They make up about 15% of the population. Now check out the strengths. They're the life of the party. Excellent promoters, enthusiastic, bubbly, convincing. That's us right there. The weakness is short attention span, poor on follow up. Okay, this is what I gotta talk to you about when we meet. Um, you're open to criticism, and I'm gonna share with you some situations that happened where your follow up could have been much better. And I will tell you that is one of the areas that I struggle with as well. It's one of the areas that I need to improve upon my follow up. We like to start new things. We love to jump to the next thing that's hot, that's fun, exciting, but we typically don't follow through. And so understanding our weakness helps us to be better at what we do because we work on those weaknesses. So as we tend to be a little bit more unorganized, you may be a little bit different, but I tend to agree with that with me. I need someone like Davina to help me to be more organized. Typically very scattered, and we tend to exaggerate. So those are some of the weaknesses. But as you can see, whether they are 100% spot on, you can kind of see the similarities with your personality. And then red personalities are, these are very direct people, self-contained. They make up about 15%. Oh, I forgot one thing. Um, with blues, they tend to be salespeople. They tend to be speakers, motivational speakers like we are. They tend to be in a position where they're in front of the room. Okay, they're the life of the party. They're always comedians. Always want to make some jokes. Very inspirational, very motivational. Red personalities are typically presidents, leaders of, you know, um, government, leaders of the military. Um, People like Colin Powell, he's a red personality. So again, the natural born leaders, best negotiators, actions, not talk. They're risk takers. They're independent. Their weakness is that they have a big ego. It's all about them, 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 them. They're domineering, not very coachable, bubbly, and convincing. So typically what happens with people, they have a crossover of two personalities. So some may be dominant in one color, but then they actually also have a little bit of something else in them. So you may find that maybe you're a little bit of a blue and a red. Okay, Tobias is going to be a green and a yellow. Davina is going to be a green and a yellow as well. Okay, I'm more of a blue and a yellow. Um, so that's how you really identify certain personality types. And depending on the personality type, if you can identify them, you know specifically how to speak to them, what's going to help you stay in rapport with that particular person. All right, so I wanted to share this with you, man, because this is really some of the things that I'm talking about that we need to help people to understand. I know you're saying that, oh, it's a lot and people get overwhelmed, but if we don't teach people skills, how can they be successful? And the ones that fall off because we teach them too much, then they're not meant for the business. But by not giving people the skills, people don't feel confident. I mean, think about your own self. You feel confident in a closing environment because you've worked on your craft, you've come to own it and make it your own. So now you're confident. You're confident in the fact that no matter what somebody says, you have a comeback. You have something to say that's going to close the deal. And that's where your conviction, that's where your power comes from. We need to translate that same value to people. We need to share with them that they need to also be doing some of the same things. Practice their speeches. Practice their follow up with people. Practice their scripts that they need to use until it becomes their own and it becomes comfortable. Because you have all these different people with different personalities, and they need to own the script in the way that they feel comfortable to present it. So there's a lot of things that we can talk about, but I wanted to share this with you because I think this is so important, and it's an eye opener. So it was a big eye opener to me in understanding that we have to talk to people in their own language, not how we want to talk to them. Because I'm a blue person, just like you, and what happens is we tend to talk, and we don't really listen as much. You probably have mastered the listening side a little bit better than I have because you've been on the training and tutorships with different mentors and coaches, and you understand that listening is important. But again, it's still relevant and it should be taught to people. So as you can see, these are just different things here. Tips on dealing with each color. When you recognize a yellow, you are talking to a nurturer. You become a yellow yourself. It's easy. Blue is about having fun. When you recognize a blue, just think fun. So talking to people about free vacations and all that stuff, to blue is going to be like the key. To yellow, they want to know about the team and working together and Everybody's going to be doing it together. That's the nurturing side. Greens, of course, have to analyze everything. What's so amazing is if you slow down the speaking with them and be open and honest with them, you'll help them to open and honest with you. See? So again, I think one of the things I noticed with Tobias is that he felt more comfortable with Christian than he felt with you. And because you're more of a fast talker, Christian was more of a laid back type, and that's something you have to pay attention to. It doesn't make you right or wrong. It's just something you have to pay attention to. And last but not least, when you're dealing with Reds, stroke their ego, tell them how great they are. That they're going to be one a part of the leadership team. It doesn't cost you anything, and it can bring you big results. Read about themselves, period. Let them think that they are in control, give them the power, and they will do fantastic things. Okay? So, just wanted to share that with you, man. And so, again, hopefully this was something that helps to open up your eyes to, again, why is it important for people to get trained and have this information and also know about closing and managing expectations, teaching people that even though you don't succeed within the first month or 2 months or whatever, keep moving forward. Success is a 2 to 5 year process, and provide continuous motivation and inspiration for them, to help them understand that the more they feel, the more they're going to succeed. All right, man, have a good day. Bye bye.